Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve.
There, that's better. I'm watching Joel take a drink of coffee.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Joel.
It's been a while again, and I'm Steve. It's been, our adoring fans are, I think, wasting away, or either that or just walking away.
You know, we're edging them. We're edging them.
We
realized, we realized that we've been shelling it out too consistently. They've come to, you know what I mean? They're like, well, it's Monday morning. Time to listen to the,
to whatever this is.
To whatever that is. And no, we gotta withhold a little bit. You know what I mean?
Is that right?
Keep them wanting it.
Let's Marin say you never know if somebody really loves you unless you know you can make them cry.
Exactly. I hope there's been some tears, like feel hopeless and alone without Joel and Steve.
Kind of desolate.
Yeah, we could have some Sunday night fiends that are like,
when is it going to get launched? It's usually around this time. Why isn't it out yet?
They just pace around their basement, scratching and refreshing their podcast app.
Right. I love that you threw scratching in there.
Yeah, they're just
right.
Yeah, so you got to keep them, guessing. What? I don't even know what happened last week. We were just like, nah, we're not going to do it.
Yeah, there was something. I don't remember. Who can tell?
Who can tell anymore?
Right.
So yeah, welcome to the podcast. I think so. A couple episodes ago, well, maybe it was our last one, I mentioned something about how I wanted to sing Silent Night and look at a candle with my mom, and she definitely listens to the podcast. She definitely listens, because that's going to happen now.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah. She might have even emailed us.
I haven't received any emails.
Okay, well, screw it. Mom, you didn't email. You don't get the prize. You don't get the prize if you don't email, Mom.
Is that how that works?
I guess.
I'm checking the old inbox.
If we ordered mugs and sold them for Christmas time, we might actually, make a little money, Steve, doing this. Why didn't we do that?
Because we're such awesome marketers and entrepreneurs. Plus, the dream of monetizing this thing, it's.
If only we could figure out some ideas.
Right.
For 2 years, we've been coming up with ideas and not done a single one of them.
Well, our merch manager did make a couple mugs, so.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming in hot today with no tools. Well, the only spiritual tool I did was scroll social media and drink coffee.
Good Lord, this is gonna be good.
Well, the last 2 nights I've slept in a hotel not very well, and then I think I was kind of in a sleep deficit and slept way the hell in this morning. In fact, I
slept until like 7:10 this morning. That's late for me.
Well, I probably woke up around 6:30. Heard the call of nature, took care of that, and then I actually went back to sleep, which is rare, because sometimes I just don't go back to sleep that early, but I did, and woke up at like 10.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Good for you.
Yeah. So stuff like, yeah, go ahead.
So why were you in a hotel?
I was running from the law.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm.
No, I went to Denver this last weekend to the Colorado Thespian Festival.
And that's the thing you do that for work?
I do that for work, yeah. I saw I don't know, upwards of 100 different like audition videos prior to the festival.
Wow.
And then gave those folks feedback and talked to them about scholarships and blah 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 to the place that I work. And I don't know. I'm sure that there are some folks. I have to have the right attitude about that, but I really do love it because it's like I'm talking to younger versions of myself, just kind of hopeful theater high school kids that may want to major in theater, may not, may want to get a scholarship. Yeah, they're just out of that, they're celebrating the young theater artists they are. And it's just like, it's really cool because, that's who I was.
Sure.
20 some odd years ago. So it's really cool to get to do that. But as somebody who gains energy from being alone,
Mm-hmm.
A
little draining.
It's super draining. And I'm the only one there, like I'm the only one that goes to that one for the last couple of years. So yeah, it was draining, but yeah, that's what I was doing.
You're getting to, trying to like form young minds and show people possibilities and try to get them to come to your place of employment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tell them spreading the
gospel,
just out there handing out Bibles.
Well, good. Right. Speaking of gospel, you went and saw the Andy Frasco.
So I don't know, was this probably an episode this summer or this August? Because you went and saw him at the
Sacred Rose Festival.
That's it.
In Chicago.
And you had no idea who this person was.
I I heard the name and thought, he fell into the category of my wife and I were looking at the schedule, like, let's go check this out.
Yeah. So
and the rest of it, and he just blew our minds. It was like one of the best things I've ever seen ever.
So I've got it's story time with Uncle Joel.
Okay, great.
So that Friday of the festival, that was the busiest day, and I, was barely had time to use the bathroom, talking to so many students coming to the booth, blah blah blah.
Right.
From like 8 a.m. I got to the convention center at 8 a.m. and kind of shut things down about 5:30. That was pretty much nonstop. I stopped for lunch. That was about it, And so I got back to my hotel room, ordered like DoorDash. I didn't want to go anymore. I was like, I don't think I'm going to go to this show. I know Steve talked a lot about Andy Frasco. He really sold this thing, but I don't know if I'm going to go. And I was texting Kirsten that, and she's like, well, of course rest is good, but you should go party. And then she was with you at the meeting, and you said something like, I really hope he goes to that. And I was like, all right, I don't want to regret it. And I kind of was thinking about the podcast. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this for the pod.
Sweet.
So I was like, all right,
I knew there was a purpose to this thing.
Yeah, I knew there was a reason. I got this. I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for our fans. I'm going to go because Steve couldn't stop talking about Andy Frasco.
Do you hear that, people? He did it for you.
I did it all for you. This has all been for you. It's always for you. So I buy the ticket. And I, freshen up. I drive down to the Ogden Theater, which is only maybe a mile from my hotel. And it's cold, and I walk to the venue, and I walk in, and the opening band had already started, and it's this band called Doom Flamingo.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Doom Flamingo?
Just the videos that you sent.
Holy moly. So it was very weird, very strange, acid jazz. The lead singer, she was pretty much not wearing clothes at all. Had these huge dreadlocks almost down to the floor, throwing them around. She was wearing a big white tutu, bunch of neon makeup on. I think I later found out that the bassist in that band is in Humphreys McGee, is the bassist from Humphreys.
Oh, really?
They are just wild out there, but like dark acid fusion jazz weirdness.
I'm in.
It was loud. And I probably got there not long after they had started, and the Ogden was butts to nuts packed already.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if it's this gnarly for the opening band, by the time Frasco takes the stage, this place is going to be unmovable. They sold it out.
Wow, good.
It was. I think they oversold it. There's no way.
The Ogden kind of has that. That's probable.
It was intense. I was like, there's too many freaking people.
Further played the Ogden.
What?
Back in the day, yeah. Like right before we saw him at Broomfield, they played the Ogden one night. And my friend,
how did that?
They just did. And my friend Shin said it was so incredibly crowded in there. Like it was.
I can't. Yeah, it's brutal. Like
Uh-huh.
I almost was like, I paid, I paid day of ticket prices for this, but
Right.
this better be good. If he doesn't grab me in the first few songs, I'm going back to my hotel. Like I gave it a shot. That'd be fun. That'd be funny to talk about. I mean, like, you love this Andy Frasco thing, but it ain't
I'm
worth
out.
it. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
That'd be a good, I invested. I'm like trying to find a good spot.
If you would have done that, I would have reimbursed you for your ticket.
So I'm like trying to find a good spot. I'm like standing here for a while, and then like it was like the 6'5" club stood in front of me, like
right?
And everybody's like it was like
like,
ugh. And I was like, God, there's so many freaking people, and I'm touching everybody, and everybody's touching me. I'm like, I'm gonna go swing around the side and go down front, and I went around to the audience left.
Yeah.
And was right on the rail. I was like, all right, I'll stay here for the show. I can see it. Nobody's in front of me, at least. Right. I'm kind of way over to the left, but nobody's in front of me. This will be fun. Yeah. The lights go down. The crowd goes nuts. And Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 starts blaring over the PA. And I'm like, all right, I can get down with that. Right. And then they come up and the band starts just going crazy on their first song. I think it's something Walk or I don't know, Long Walk. I don't know the name of the first song. I looked it up, but I can't remember. And they are jumping around, slamming into one. I mean, it looked like the Pearl Jam Even Flow video from 91. It was like they were on fire. And I was like, they played the first 30 seconds of their song. They were playing as if it was the last concert on earth, the last concert on earth.
Yep.
And I was like blown away. I did not know what was happening. I was in my attitude instantly changed. I went from fuck this to fuck yeah. Like instantly. Awesome. Like they knew what they were doing, right?
Oh yeah.
After the first song, Frasco's like, it's good to be back. It's good to be back in Colorado. Look, somebody just threw a bag of mushrooms on stage. And like, there's this thick ass bag of probably 4-finger size bag of mushrooms got thrown on stage for Mr. Frasco. He's like, it's so great to be back in Colorado. Reaches his hand in, grabs a handful, shoves them in his mouth. Takes it, opens a bottle of wine, swallows them down, and is like, let's go. I was like, holy fuck, where am I? What is happening?
Oh, it's awesome.
And from then on, it was like the opening band came out and played with them. He's like, this is my best friend from junior high. He came out, was like, stage diving off of his, his organ that like raises and lowers and has a smoke machine in it. He was like, all the bullshit that Kyrie Irving and Kanye West have been saying, we're going to get super Jewy tonight, and started like playing all, Hava Nagila and all the things. And it was like, it was the wildest shit I've ever been to.
Right. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
And the reason the reason I think this is really timely is that Andy Frasco and the UN are going to be in Omaha at the Slowdown on Tuesday night. Go to the show. I think I might have to drag Kirsten to this.
Oh, she should go.
It's insane.
It's insane in the best way.
Well, like you described it, like he's playing like he's going to die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like he's just going to blow it out until it all ends. And I'm like, that's exactly the vibe. It was like, I don't know. It was like, if you felt that at the Sacred Rose and then he just played that at the Ogden, like he's playing every show as if it's going to be his last.
Yep.
It's the last concert on earth.
Yep.
And he's going to go. But I was telling Kirsten, like they were diving all around and like they did a crowd surfing race to a beer they threw into the audience, and I mean, it was bananas. And Kirsten's like, okay, great, that's all theatrically great, but like, did they sound good? I'm like, somehow they were tight. Somehow they were tight as fuck.
Yeah, they're one of the tightest bands.
In the
middle of the maelstrom of psychedelic boozy insanity. Like they
I did not know what I was getting into.
Right.
I listened to a few studio songs on the way to Colorado, and they sounded very pleasant, and they talked a little bit about
sounds like Michael Franti.
Exactly. It sounds like Michael Franti. I'm like, oh yeah, this is upbeat, positive, kind of got a hippie vibe. They talk about smoking grass here and there. It's fun. Yeah. It's easy to listen to. It's got nice. It's got a beat I can. Yeah, it's nice. And then the fucking maelstrom of chaos started. Like, from the first song to when I walked out, which is probably near the end, probably when they did the encore. Like, I had to get out of there. I kind of gave myself an 11:15 curfew, so I was like, I gotta go.
Right.
But I had seen it. I had been there long enough to see the journey. But yeah, he just kept throwing mushrooms in everybody's mouths on stage and smoking joints, and that was worth every penny. And I highly recommend going to see Andy Frasco and the UN
this Tuesday at the Slowdown in Omaha. We're just Slowdown.
I think it's Slowdown.
Just Slowdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad, because I mean, it's just like, I know the thing that I saw at the festival in Chicago was we were far enough away that we weren't in the thick of it. We were just watching it.
Yeah, right.
We witnessed it as opposed to being swallowed by it.
I was swallowed by it, my friend.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mm-hmm.
Like because the Ogden has those like mezzanines. He's like, I think we can get 6 or 7 of these going. So when everybody make a circle, when doing the Hava Nagila, it's like had every mezzanine. I mean, and no, you can't move in there.
Right.
Like you can't. It's literally shoulder to shoulder, front to back. And so he figured it out. And then after he did the whole Hava Nagila thing, he's like, all right, I'm going to be Moses and split down the middle. And the whole Ogden Theater split down the middle. And he's like, when we start back up again, I want you all to run into each other. I want you to mosh pit for a little bit. And then I want you to kiss a stranger on the mouth. And then I want you to, it happened. It happened. I did not kiss any strangers on the mouth, but I did have beer spilled all over me and hugs made. And it was.
Did he put a table on top of his organ?
A table? No.
One of the pictures you sent looked like it had a table on top of the Hammond B3.
No, the Hammond top
rises.
It rises.
Got it.
He had it rise up, and then there's lights. There's an LED light inside and a smoke machine inside of it.
Oh, it's so funny. I didn't realize. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures Joel sent. The top rises up, and there's I see.
And everybody in the band took turns riding the organ.
Say that again.
No. My mom listens to this, Steve.
There's got to be a better way to say that.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna get wild. It's just like that handful of mushrooms. He's just like, oh yeah, some rando threw the bag of psilocybin on stage. I think I'll eat all of it.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I just couldn't, I've been to shows where the vibe, you can kind of tell, like a Dead show, Fish, whatever. They're like, there's kind of a friendly. I couldn't get an understanding what I was going to get into because the crowd was a cross section of humanity in very strange ways. Right.
Sure.
Seemed very kind of hippie Colorado, but a little frat boy dude, bro. A little bit. And I was like, what am I getting into? Because that opening band gave me no indication of what I was going to see.
Sure.
And I was like, what is this about? Is this going to be? And like I said, 10 seconds in, I went from fuck this to hell yeah. So yeah,
Andy Frasco and the UN.
I'm a believer. I'm all in.
Yeah, that's like his energy is so the phrase that hit me, I was trying to think of how to describe it. It's like relentless joy.
Totally.
Just relentless joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
pure,
like that's pretty inspiring.
Pure stoke. Like
pure stoke.
He is the most grateful person in the room to be there.
Yeah.
I think that like there's something pretty, I don't know, like he just was like looking around, just like laughing. Like his guitarist got on the raising Hammond B3 thing and like raised up and like was doing a solo or whatever. And it was his bassist who was crazy. And he ran up there and just like full swing, slapped him in the balls and ran on. And then the bassist got mad and like chased him around and like ran into him. They were like slam dancing. It was crazy. It was crazy.
So basically, it's just a rolling party.
I'm like, how are these guys? How do you? And they're like, we were on the road for 4 months. I'm like, like this?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You've been doing this for 4 months? How are you still alive?
Right. Yeah. Do you watch Frasco's like morning inspirational talks on social media?
No, I just started following him.
Yeah,
like,
he posts
right after
one like almost every day.
Are they goofy or are they real?
No, they're serious. Like, let's go get them. Like, let's do this. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. And you know what he had just been through the night before, and he's like, "Yep, let's go. Let's do this. I got to drive these fuckers to Arkansas. Let's go."
Wow.
Yeah,
that's infectious. That's interesting.
Exactly, and that's just it. It's like, and you know, I mean, there's obviously, I don't know, a price to be paid. Like he's committed to this life, to the life that he's living.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
all in.
Yeah,
all in.
That's super
hell
clear.
Or high water or death or whatever. Like we're going. Let's do this. All brakes or no brakes, all gas.
Yeah, no brakes, all gas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
and to witness that, it's one thing to kind of say, "Yeah, that sounds nice," but to see it in action.
It was the antithesis. So when was it? What day was it? Tuesday of last week? Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it might have been Tuesday. No, it was Tuesday. I went and saw a solo show. Ryan Adams played the Holland Center.
Mm-hmm.
And, Ryan Adams has had a rough couple years, right? Like he had a bit of a scandal. He was behaving poorly with people online, young women online.
Oh boy.
And and I think I don't know. It seems like he's paid his debt to that, whatever. Maybe, I don't know. I don't hear or worship him anymore, but he also has gotten sober. And I literally watched him on a live stream on Instagram relapse. And it was the saddest shit I've ever witnessed.
Yikes.
Bad.
That's did he
it was
post
not,
it or
was,
did somebody else?
He did it. He went live because he was playing music live, like during the lockdown and stuff. He would go live and just play a bunch of songs.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
And then he went live one night and it was like pouring himself drinks. And he's like, here we go. And he was just like, I was like, oh my God. And he kept playing music, but he was like, it was sad. Anyway, I say all that to say he went on this tour and it was like a 2.5, 3 hour show of just him and a guitar or a piano. And it was Holland Center. You could hear a pin drop in the back of the room. It was and he could hear people whispering in the middle of the orchestra and he would comment on it. It was quiet.
Right.
Sterile. It was like, it was beautiful, but it was the exact opposite of Andy Frasco.
Sure.
It was, yeah.
So what was your takeaway from Ryan Adams? Like, did you feel like that was time well spent?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It was money and time well spent. And here's what I'll say about that. And I guess I didn't even really think to talk about this, but yeah, like I was telling Kirsten, it was hard because, I think it was 2019, 2020, that scandal kind of happened. And then his ex-wife, Mandy Moore, had a pretty scathing interview about her marriage to him. And he had, he's got some darkness, right? Listen to his lyrics,
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, he's got some darkness, but he's also, was not behaving well with his partners and with others, and being kind of creepy. And so, but his journey is one of redemption in my mind. I mean, we do love a second chance, and I think that he's worked towards that. At least that's what he presents, because like he lost rights to most of his music through this, you know.
Really?
Like, yeah. I don't really know the full extent of that, but I think that he was like, after all that happened, he's like, yeah, I can't, you know, this is music I can play, but I can't do anything with it, or what. I don't know. It was like he can't reissue it or whatever. I don't know. There's some sort of clause there anyway. But then the sobriety thing, he's like, okay, I've realized I have a drug and alcohol problem, and I need to get sober. And like, I don't know if you know the story of Ryan Adams, but like his shows used to be notorious. Like,
oh, I know that for dysfunction,
for total dysfunction. It's like almost kind of the opposite of the same level of indulgence as Andy Frasco, but he
less control.
Way less control, very liable to get so fucked up he just walks off stage, you know, a la Morrissey. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm done. You people suck. You've got a bad vibe, whatever.
Yeah, I can't get down with that.
Or he's too messed up to like do it, you know, and it's just too sad to watch or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was telling Kirsten that I'm like, you know, the fact that he can sit and be sober, positive, and like deal with, you know, he's got Meniere's disease, so like flashing lights and movement really can send his brain into a fit. And
I didn't know that.
He has a strict policy about no flash, and some people accidentally took a flash, and he was like, hey, just let you know, like, please no flash. I'll take a selfie with you after the show. Just if the flash goes off, I'll have an episode. It's not good. And I was like, I leaned over to Kirsten. I'm like, that is that's a sign of redemption. That's a sign of growth. That's a sign of recovery. I'm like, yeah, that guy. There's a version of that guy that would just take his guitars and walk off stage.
Right.
And so anyway, long story short, it was a very meaningful experience to me, not because of all that, also because let me rephrase
that. You've listened to him for a long time. Long time. Since like
2001, 2002.
That's a long time.
And so
that's 20 plus years.
Some of that music is like tied to just, you know, clear, painful memories and joyful memories. And and so to see him kind of on this quiet, introspective redemption tour in a way was really beautiful. It meant a lot. I mean, he's only, you know, he's on a path, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know all the ins and outs of his betterment, but at least it presents like, if somebody's going to go through and get sort of called out on the shit that he went through and got called out on, this is how you navigate that as a public figure. You know what I mean? Like, I've keenly watched, because I'm like, if I have to throw out all his records and I'll listen to him again because he's being a shitbird, I'm willing to do that, but it at least appears on the public facing of it that he is sort of turned a corner and tried to do things, try to be better, you know? And
well, there you have it. And thanks
for
saying that. Yep, there it is.
Yep. So
cheers.
Yeah, long story about that, but yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I had no idea he was even playing.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was definitely not something that the Holland Center endorsed. I mean, they made it really, it was weirdly clear that they were like, this is a rental. This artist, you know, I was like, they were kind of, in a way, we're like, yeah, we'll take the money, but we're actually kind of going to distance ourselves from this guy, you know?
Well, the Holland Center, you know, it's kind of fancy.
Dude, that place is like acoustically almost too good.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Yeah.
That's where we saw Three Dog Night.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. And you said you had a great time at that.
It was great.
Yeah.
Danny Hutton was their singer guy was 80 years old, and they killed.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
He looked good. You know, he looked old, but he looked good. You know, sounded good.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a gem of a music hall there, you know?
Yeah.
Because it was just him. I mean, it was just him and his guitars and a piano, and it just sounded really good. It was really, yeah, it was a marathon though. It's like the the front of house staff kind of let us know, like, hey, this, just so you know, this is going to be about 3 hours with no stopping. He ended up being ahead of schedule, so he took an intermission, but we're like, yeah, you're dug in for 3 hours.
Wow, it's a long show.
Yeah, it was great though. So yeah, that's catching you up to speed on me.
I feel like we haven't seen each other for a while. It's been a minute.
What's been your experience lately, Steve? What sort of truth what sort of truth and revelations have you had?
Have I had any revelations lately?
That's what I'm asking.
I don't think so.
Nothing. I got nothing.
I don't know that I got nothing, but it's just kind of.
You saw nothing good today, Cameron?
What's that?
You saw nothing good today, Cameron?
I saw nothing good. Well, I had my annual review at my place of employment, which went really well.
Well, of course it did.
Yeah, well, but I mean, it's nice to, I was listening to my boss read off all the things, and it was like, are you talking about me?
Mm-hmm.
It was nice, dude.
Yeah.
Like I have a position of responsibility, and according to the people that I report to, they think I'm doing it really great.
So this is I'm going to dig a little deeper on that. Did you have any feelings of like, I'm a fraud?
Oh, only in the morning and the afternoon,
No, I'm serious though. Like when they give you that review, are you able to, are you at a point where you're like, yeah, that I believe that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you don't feel like you're pulling one over on them.
No, like, haha, got him.
Right.
No, it's real. I mean, I definitely put the work in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I don't know, it was for somebody who has struggled in basically every area ever. It's really gratifying to have that experience.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
I just know for me,
it feels good.
Sometimes like, that inherent not good enough feeling can cause me to feel like, oh my God, I didn't have time to mute that. I'm so sorry, everybody.
It's fine.
It can cause me to feel like, yeah, if they only knew, somehow I'm pulling one over on these folks. Like, I think that's a real huge sign of like maturity, growth, spiritual wellness to be like, yeah.
Agreed. It's really nice just to be able to say thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah.
And not have to couch or self-deprecate or, not that I don't enjoy some good self-deprecation, but, So yeah, that was cool. And that was cool. I'm struggling with language.
You keep your wallowing for after hours. You didn't wallow. It's not a professional wallow anymore. It's like it's just something you do on the weekends.
Right. For fun. Self-flagellation.
It's keeping it spicy.
That's right. I'm listening to this book. Have you ever heard of Bruce Wagner, the author?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Marin interviewed him this week, so I got curious. He's like one of Marin's favorite author type people, and I'm listening. Mm-hmm. I'm listening to this book called Dead Stars. And it's Wagner does these satires of Hollywood is I guess the shortest way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And this book it's just incredibly dark. It's incredibly dark, but it's also incredibly funny and well written. And I got on, like Goodreads or whatever. I was looking at the reviews of it, and it was pretty much evenly split between I like this story. I can't put it down. Like this is amazing writing. It's amazing storytelling. And the other half I got 60 pages into it and then felt disgusted.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can see, I can totally see that, but it doesn't disgust me. So I don't know what that tells you, but, I'm really kind of engrossed in this story. It's multi-layered, multifaceted, lots of ins and outs and what have yous. You can tell
these are these like this is fiction, nonfiction, or are these fiction based on real people? Or
it's fiction based on real people. And
okay.
One of the characters in this book is Michael Douglas, the actor.
Oh. Nice.
Who I'm sure absolutely did not sign off on this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if they're saying disgusting things about actual people, I wonder
but it's not. But it's the disgusting things aren't the actual people. Well, kind of sometimes. There's a lot of names, lots of names used that you're like, oh, I know that person, and but it's I don't know how much I want to get into it just in case you actually read it because everything's a spoiler.
Oh, right.
But like one of the plot lines is the world's youngest breast cancer survivor who has aspirations of Hollywood stardom. She lives in Hollywood, and has done like the Oprah circuit and all of that because of her, because of her ailment and the fact that she's a cancer survivor, and not just a cancer survivor, but like started foundations for cancer survivors and is, tours hospitals for kids and that kind of does all this kind of charity work.
Yeah.
And has really built up this well, not exactly an empire, but that's like what she's known for. She's like 10 or 11 maybe, and bills herself as world's youngest breast cancer survivor. She had a dual mastectomy at like 8, and so that's kind of a thing. And she's has this foundation and does all of this work and all this promo stuff to help other kids, and is really kind of a neat kid in that regard, and but she also but it also is like there's a couple other young cancer survivors out there that she has to beat. One that might be young, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like the competition in that world.
Yeah.
Because one of her big things is to get on Glee.
Uh-huh.
This novel's it's probably like 10 years old, so Glee is really huge,
sure.
And so there's the machinations to get into Glee, and that's where Michael Douglas gets involved because she reaches out to him because he also is a cancer survivor, right?
Yeah.
And then, so what just happened as I was driving home and listening to it is her mother gets called by some lawyers and her cancer doctor. And the short version of the story is that it was malpractice. She never actually had cancer.
Oh my God. So
yeah.
I see the satire now because I'm like, this sounds like just kind of a heart.
She's
kind of weird.
Like she has literally gotten invited by Michael Douglas, whose wife is doing a cameo on Glee, and he knows all the people, by Michael Douglas to go to the Glee set and to start getting. And like at that exact time was when her mom finds out she never had cancer. It was all malpractice. It was an accident. It was a horrible, tragic accident, but she never had cancer. She's not a cancer survivor. She's a malpractice victim.
Oh my goodness.
Do you see what I'm saying?
So then he's sort of writing at the insanity of Hollywood.
Oh, it's 100%. Yes. Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
It's like,
but just to have, not just the rug pulled out from underneath you, but like your entire, just the horribleness of that situation on every level.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Huh?
So it's a lot of that.
Yeah. And like paparazzi stuff, and it's just insanely well written. And it is just horrible and dark and awful on basically every level, but it's also really funny at times, Yeah. And it's very
that's what satire should be. It should make you kind of cringe laugh. Like that's the point.
Yeah. So this is kind of one of his middle stories. There's the first one was written in like 91. It's called Force Majeure, and I don't know what it's about. Same kind of thing, but anyway, I'm probably gonna end up reading some more Wagner.
What's his first name?
Bruce
Wagner.
Yeah, Marin interviewed him a week or two ago.
Okay.
Nice, like super nice guy. I listened to him. He's like, Marin's like, that's so weird. He's like this sweet man.
He'd never talked to him before.
He had actually interviewed him when he was on Air America like 20 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it wasn't his first time. But anyway, that's kind of that story is just kind of blowing my mind right now.
I listened to a new Star Wars novel.
Oh God. You and the Star Wars.
Well, that's just that's heavy shit, man. Should check that out.
It's great.
It was not very good. I'll tell you this right now. Spoiler alert. Wasn't great.
I'm not going to read it, but
I've read and listened to several Star Wars books that I thought were really great. This one was not that great. But yeah, nothing like Bruce Wagner though.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't actually paid attention to Star Wars in a long time.
Yeah,
I saw
know.
one of the last movies. I'm like, that was all right.
All right. I here's the thing, and this is the problem: is that you and I have talked about this. There's so much Star Wars right now, and there's a lot to kind of roll your eyes. There's a lot to roll your eyes at right now. So my recommendation here, I understand if you dismiss it. Honestly, I'm not.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not trying to preach the gospel. You know, it's not an Andy Frasco thing. You don't need to try it in order to get it. But the best Star Wars content, as a result of this Star Wars sort of renaissance lately, or Disney essentially taking it over.
Right.
The recent series called Andor is gritty, dark, politically interesting, and super fucking good. So take that for what you will.
Andor.
So it's like a prequel story to the it's like essentially kind of how the rebellion. It's like how the rebellion actually started. So it's gritty. It's dark.
We're living it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, but they don't pull punches, right? It's kind of like, this is how rebellions start, and we've kind of painted this picture that the rebellion in Star Wars were all the good guys going up against the bad guys. It's like, well, if you want to start a war, you gotta crack some eggs, essentially. Like, it's not all. I know that analogy doesn't work, but if you want to make an omelet, you got to kill some people. You know what I mean? If you want to start an omelet war, you have to crack some heads. You got to break some skulls, crack some eggs. You know what I mean?
You just blew my mind.
So if you want to, Andor it could be redeeming on the whole Star Wars front, because it's seriously some of the best Star Wars content.
I wonder what'll happen now that Iger's back. Well,
everybody's stoked on that. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's really all the Disney heads are really excited about that. I don't know.
I don't know why he got ousted in the first place. I wasn't really paying attention.
I don't want to know the dark leadership.
Oh, stuff. You just want it to be Disney shiny.
I just want to just keep pumping that Star Wars and Marvel shit into my brain. Keep me entertained and distracted from the reality of the world.
Oh, right. That's okay. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't care how the sausage is made.
Nope.
Just make it tasty.
Nope. Make it tasty, baby. That's all I want. Make it savory and sweet at the same time.
I can appreciate that.
I don't want to know that our former president, Donald Trump, is running on the platform of dispelling the Constitution, you know?
I just can't even.
I'm surprised I'm the one bringing up this shit today.
Well, I don't know. I kind of, just because, I don't know, I keep the whole fucking Kanye West and Ellen. I'm having fun watching Elon Musk destroy himself.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
It was so great. It was so poetically hilarious and awful, because the shit that Kanye West posted was egregiously awful, racist, fucking fascist bullshit, right? Putting Nazi shit out there and whatever. Right. But the fact that Twitter banned him, I thought was just hilarious.
Right.
It's like, oh, so it isn't this bastion of quote unquote free speech for you. Oh, okay. Got it.
Right. The whole thing, it's literally just a billionaire man child.
Yeah.
Throwing tantrums.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The
emperor has no clothes.
No clothes on.
It's amazing what you can accomplish when your parents owned emerald mines.
Right.
And run them with slave labor. Yep. It's amazing what you can do then.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just keep pumping that Star Wars Disney shit into my brain. I don't want to know what's going on, you know? I need distractions, Steve.
I understand. That's what Hollywood's built on, babies. People needing distractions.
I'm really intrigued though by this new author stuff. I feel like that would be really, because it sounds like you'd almost have to like not give a shit at all about what you say about people, you know, because you're like, well, I'm making it up. I'm just like making up these Hollywood stories about people, so I don't really care what I say.
But all of the stories are along the lines of like, that's totally happening.
Oh, okay.
Right. You listen to it and it's like, there's no reason for me to think that that's not something that actually goes on based on what I know about Hollywood.
Okay.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's not fantastical in that way.
No, not at all.
It's fictional.
It's fiction, but it's not fantastical.
Interesting.
Right.
I'm curious
based
now.
on, I mean, just to throw a name out there, Harvey Weinstein.
Okay.
Like, let's pull talk about not wanting to know how the sausage is made. Hollywood sucks.
Right.
Yeah. On that level.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah, it's interesting. And it's like, why would I care about that? And the answer is I really don't, but it's entertaining to listen to. Back to, I want to be distracted too.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A nice distraction.
Yeah. It's horrible and awful and hilarious. It hits all my buttons,
Does he have a lot of these novels out?
I think there's like 4 or 5. He doesn't write a lot. He's not super prolific, but I'm sure they take some time to write. I mean, the audiobook of this one is like 19 hours long.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it's long. A lot of ins and outs and what have yous.
Yeah, a lot of
strands in Dieter's head.
Yeah, sounds very Lebowski though too, as you go farther into the Jackie Treehorn world.
Yeah. And there's a lot of that too.
Yeah.
A lot of Jackie Treehorns, a lot of paparazzos, a lot of just, children of extreme dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a real human element to it too,
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of keeps it interesting. It's not complete like, abrupt subject change, but there are no tangents. Have you watched Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
My sister told me when she was out here, she's
where
like,
have you been?
I don't know. I kind of resisted the Ted Lasso, I think. I was like, I don't want to watch that. I don't know. I have too many shows. I'm not watching Ted Lasso. And my sister looked at me and she's like, why are you not watching Ted Lasso?
Yeah, why? Yeah. It's fucking amazing.
It's amazing. It's the thing that gets me about it. It's like the exact opposite of what I was just describing.
Yeah.
It's like, it's genuinely hilarious and genuinely heartwarming.
Mm-hmm. Wholesome.
Wholesome. It's not treacly or Lifetime movie Hallmark bullshit sap.
Nope.
But it is genuinely wholesome and heartwarming in the best way.
Yeah.
And I just love it so much.
I love it too. Are you caught up? Did you watch all of it?
I haven't watched the second season yet. I took a break after the first season.
Okay.
I binge watched the first season. I watched it in like 3 or 4 days, probably.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good. I got sucked in. I love Coach Beard. I even love Jamie Tart.
Yeah. Jamie Tart. Jamie
The thing that killed me about that is his song is so cheesy and lame compared to Roy Kent's.
Yeah.
I realized that later. You know what I'm saying? Like Jamie wanted a song like Roy Kent's.
Yep.
And he got Baby Shark.
Yep.
That's
I can't wait
that is genius writing is what that is.
The end of season 2, my friend. I can't.
Don't say a word.
I cannot.
Not a word. Is it going to make me sad?
I'm not saying a word. You told me not to say a word.
Damn it. It can't make me sad. I can't.
My lips are sealed.
Okay, fine.
But it's super fucking good.
Okay. All right, fine.
I'm glad you're on that train, though.
What's that?
I'm glad you're on that train.
I don't know why I resisted it, but I found, I had canceled my Apple Plus subscription because I wasn't really watching it because I didn't think there's anything on it.
Yeah.
But then with our new phones with the T-Mobile, that's like part of the deal is we get Apple Plus. So I signed up and I immediately got sucked in.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get it though, because it's like there's already so much shit to take in.
There's so much.
It's like
I'm sure it's great. Another show. I'm sure it's great.
I'm sure it's great, but they don't have space for that. Right.
That's literally how I felt about it. Like I don't. Well, and I think part of like my, the rest of my family is way into Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I can't, we've talked about that. Like, I have no interest in that. And I mean, I get it. It's kind of, I like the 80s kitschy stuff, like that part I really enjoy, but the rest of it, I'm like, I just don't care. And I don't want to see it. And I just don't have any space in my consciousness for more sad, weird
monsters.
I just can't,
Yeah.
So I was kind of adrift, like, what am I going to use for my distraction? Because I don't want to watch that. I know that I just don't want to see that.
I think that Ted Lasso is the perfect antithesis.
It's exactly, that's why I'm like, well, this is exactly what I need.
Yes, yeah, precisely.
It just fills me up and makes me, it's like, oh my God, when I get done, I'm like, that was so great. I love them all.
Yep. I want to say a bunch of shit that I'm not going to say. But...
He's here. He's there. He's every fucking where. Roy can't. He's here. He's there. He's every fucking where. Roy can't. I was like jumping up and down off the couch. Like,
yeah,
it was perfect.
I hope that show lasts a long time. I feel like it's kind of, I don't know. I hope they're shooting another season right now because it's like, I don't know. That show's so fucking good.
Oh, so, and it's like capital G good. Not like this book that I'm listening to, which is just horrible and awful, but very entertaining.
Right.
Ted Lasso is good.
Yeah, it's good. It's well made. It's well acted. It's well written. It's bright and beautiful to watch.
Yes.
And it's got this message of like, it's like I was kind of skeptical at the first because I thought it was like, this is the power of positive thinking, kind of like Ted Lasso. He just his positive attitude will change the world.
Yeah. That's not true. That's the hallmark shit.
Yeah, that's not him. No. Like he's going through some dark shit of his own, and that's what makes him empathetic. Is the fact that he's, yeah.
Well, that the sports writer that wanted to really skewer him and then ended up not being able to.
Yep.
He just couldn't.
Yep.
He's like, I don't think this guy's going to win a game, but I'm not going to gloat when he doesn't.
Right. Yeah. Forgive me. Is the panic attack one? Is that season 1?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
Wait, no, it is. It's the end of season 1. Ted does. Ted does. Yep. It's the end of season 1.
Yeah, I started crying because I was like, I totally understand that. I've had those.
Yep.
I had one of those the other day. I might totally get that, Yeah.
When did you have a panic attack?
That could have been a whole nother episode.
Yeah, we're about at an hour, so.
That's kind of like this first season of I'll just leave you all with a cliffhanger of a panic attack.
That's the side of a good podcast right there. we got next week's episode in the can already.
That's right. Yeah, I had a bit of a panic attack in a very benign situation of packing for my trip.
Oh.
Yeah.
It can get overwhelming.
Full on staring at stuff, shaking my hands, stuck.
Wow.
So
I get it.
I'm full disclosure though, I'm more than happy to talk about that.
Sweet.
In depth another time.
All right. That's like Earl Hightower talking about seeing the full grocery cart just being left in the grocery store. Like, I get it, man. It got a little overwhelming. You had to go. I get it.
Totally. That's exactly it.
A lot of decisions have to be made. Got a little overwhelmed.
That's pretty right on, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll talk about my best friend anxiety.
All right.
My best friend panic. Hello, panic.
Hello, panic.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think we did it.
Yeah, man. Lots to catch up on.
It's good to see you. It's been a while.
It's been a while. I was
wondering, are Joel and I going to be able to connect? Are we going to be able, or is it going to be awkward and weird?
Just like no time has passed, Steve.
No time has passed. Oh.
Hey, if anybody has a free evening and $25 to spare
on Tuesday,
go see Andy Frasco and the UN. There's a very real possibility that I and my wife will be there. Let all of your expectations go and have a good time. Highly recommend.
Maybe bring some moist towelettes for after.
Yeah, bring some hand sanitizer and make sure don't eat anything anybody offers you.
Right.
But
or do if you're into that sort of thing. Right.
Or do it. Because Andy certainly did that night.
Yeah, I don't know. Omaha's a little different than Denver on that level.
That's true. He was just like, he's like, God, you're back in Denver when somebody's throwing an ounce of shrooms onto the, handful in his mouth, bottle of wine. Let's party.
Let's do this. Everybody ready? Let's go.
Let's go.
Cool.
Yeah, man, we did it. That was good. Yeah, we connected, Steve. Just like no time has passed,
I love it. And to all of our faithful listeners, thank you for bearing with us.
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
Thanks
for listening. Thanks, Mom. We love you.
We love you.
Clap your
Don't forget, toot your hooter.